Amy Barrett-Daffin, publisher at C&T Publishing, and today I wanted to talk to you about a change that C&T Publishing is making in our books. So we have for many years included pullouts in the back of our books, and we are no longer going to be including them because it's hard for libraries to carry our books, but it's also including a lot of paper in the books that may or may not get used. So what we are doing is we will be including the patterns in the books, but you'll need to enlarge them. Or you can go to our website. There will be a QR code in the book with a link, and you'll have a link to print the files at 100%. I'm going to show you how to print out a PDF from our website once you've scanned a QR code or typed in a tiny URL. So the first thing that I want to show you about this PDF, and I can zoom in so you can really see it, is that at the top or in the center of the page, you'll notice a 1-inch mark vertically and horizontally. You will also notice that the part of the image that you are printing that is on this particular page is shaded out so that you know exactly what you're printing. The other things you want to see on this page are the solid line is where the design ends, and the dotted line is where you overlap your paper when you're taping it together to make your pullout. It's super easy. So let's go ahead and hit Command P. This is my printer, and I want to print just this one pattern. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pages. So I'm going to say custom, and I'm going to say 1 through 2, just to show you how it works. Then you want to click on more settings. You want to pick your paper size. If you have a large printer, you could pick legal or whatever size paper you have. I have a smaller printer, so it's letter size. I don't need 600 DPI, and I don't want to waste ink. So I'm going to say 300 DPI. And then what I want to do is do custom 100%, so that my printer does not reduce the size of my page. What you don't want to do is have fit to printable area or fit to paper. You always want to make sure you're printing it at 100%. And that's what these 1-inch marks are showing you. So you're going to check those after you've printed out the image. So I'm going to go ahead and click print. So I wanted to go ahead and show you how you tile the pattern together if you've downloaded it or if you photocopied it bigger. So there's a couple things that we do to make it a little bit easier. So the first thing is you'll get a printout and it'll look like this, just like pages out of the book. And I'm going to check it and see that indeed the printer printed it at 100% at 1 inch. So always check, there's an inch there, and there's an inch there, so I'm good to go. So now I know my pattern's 100%. So then the next thing I'm going to do, and you can see how I've already started, I'm going to go ahead and I'm using this Fiskars paper cutter. It's easy to use, and I'm just going to line up where the line is here, and I can see through the paper where the center is. And I'm going to go ahead and cut on that dotted line. And then with the next cut, it's a little bit easier because you can line it up exactly to that spot. And just go ahead and do that. Or if you don't have a fancy paper cutter, you can use good old-fashioned scissors. And then I'm going to line up the rest of my applique pattern right here. And the nice thing is you can make one that you end up using for your placement, and then you can also make another that you use for cutting your shapes. So I'm going to take some Scotch tape . So you go ahead and you just tape it down, make sure all your lines are touching, and there you go. There is your tiled pattern. So this one's sort of easy. This is an applique pattern, but let me show you another one that was a little more complicated. So this is a big corner that goes on a quilt. So there's only a few places that you need to cut. So there's one, and this is from Becky Goldsmith's Bullseye quilt. So I'm gonna just cut these pieces, and that way you can see how it all comes together. And what's nice about this one is up in the corner, it gives you the guide. So it tells you where each of your pieces go. So right here, you see I just cut off this big middle piece, and the first piece I cut off was the bottom corner. So I'm gonna lay these out here to show you as I cut, and you'll see what I mean about it being a big piece. So there's a couple of them, and then I've got this top piece. So there you go. It's super easy to see all the pieces. I'm going to clear out my mess over here. And that way you can see how it all goes together, and then you just tape it and you've got your template. And you know, we do give you a little bit extra if you want to overlap. But here you can see it's all together. You've got your full arch, and it's really easy. And that way you're only using the paper that you need versus having a whole bunch of it packed into a book and ending up not using it. So another thing to think about is if you don't have a printer at home, or you're not really confident what your printer is going to do, you could always go to your local print shop, whether it is a Kinko's, or I know where we are, we have UPS stores and FedEx stores, and all of them have the ability to print. And you could either email it to them, or you could put it on a thumb drive and bring it in and print it that way. Thank you for watching this video, and enjoy all the other CNT videos, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much, and have a great day.